is Christine, aka Crafty Potential, and I'm a crafter for Tonic Studios, and today I'll be making the three-sided Have a Heart hanging basket for you. So you can make this beautiful Have a Heart hanging basket as a three-sided heart using the triangular base piece, and you can put your strings on however you want to hang it, or you can also do a five-sided one as well, which gives you a lot more space inside for your gift and kind of almost gives the look of like a hanging plant pot kind of idea as well. So you could even put like a small plant in there as long as you make everything strong enough to be able to hold it. But for today's video I'm going to show you how to make the three-sided one, because when you get your instructions in the kit it gives you full instructions for the five-sided one, so if you are struggling with making the three-sided one it's really easy to do, and it's literally just obviously two less sides than the five-sided one, but just in case you're struggling I thought I'd do the video on the three-sided one so you've got that there for you as well. So to start with, you need most things cut in multiples of 3 for this actual basket. So you need 3 of this rectangle here. You can do whatever colour combinations you like for these, but 3 of this rectangle here with the glue tab on the end. 2 of the triangles in the set, 1 with the door cut into it, but actually I'm going to show you how to modify this so that we actually just have an open hanging basket with a nice little lip around the edge. You could definitely just leave this off and only have to cut 3 glue tabs and have it as an open topped basket, but I thought it's quite nice to have that little edge showing around there as well, so we're going to do one like that. And talking of glue tabs, you will need 6 glue tabs to put this basket together, because we need 3 to attach the top triangle and 3 to attach the bottom triangle. Then going around the box you're going to need 3 of this piece here, which has an indented line in it, but it's not a fold sort of score line, it's you know, getting the placement right kind of a score line. So we've got those 3 pieces there. Then you need 3 of the largest heart that have the fold lines down the sides so that you've got your 3 main sides, and then for decoration I've done 3 of the smaller stitched heart and 3 of the beautiful love sentiment as well, so we've got those for decorating later. But the main part of the box is 3 of those large hearts, 3 of this heart top piece, 3 of the side panels, 6 of the glue tabs and 2 of the triangles there as well. So the first thing I was doing to start off this box was moving all of those bits and pieces out of the way and bringing in the side panels and our glue tabs. And I've just been taking my glue, adding it along one side of the glue tab, placing this up against the side panel, and these glue tabs aren't as long as the side panels, and I think this is so that it can change from being a triangular to a hexagonal without these glue tabs interfering with anything. So they are actually shorter. You've got a few millimeters either end of the glue tab against that rectangular panel. So we're just going to stick a glue tab on either side of each side of this box. So all 6 glue tabs will be attached to the 3 sides of this box. Now we've got our 3 side panels with our glue tabs on either end, we can use the small glue tab on the end of this panel to attach all of them in a row. We're not going to join them into a triangle just yet, we're going to join them into a row first. So we've got that one there, and then we've got this one here as well. And press that firmly down, squidge out any of the excess glue, and we've got those nicely joined into a strip now. So you've got the 3 sides of our heart box coming together, and the next part is going to be to add the base of our heart box into position. So we're going to pick one side of our box, doesn't matter which one, they're both exactly the same. Add our glue onto one of the glue tabs, pick up our triangle, and then the triangle is the perfect length of those side panels. So again it's slightly longer, a couple millimeters each side than the glue tab that is there. So you're lining up with the side panels like so, and then we can move around to the next one like this. And then for the final one, we want to put glue on this glue tab and this little side glue tab as well, so we can bring the box round to be a triangular shaped box. And you want to press from the inside to help to get the smaller glue tabs to hold into position. And because this is all nice and flat still, we can actually press down on our glass mat to help get a good bond on those interior glue tabs as well. And make sure the end one hasn't popped open like mine has. Okay, so press that nice and firmly into place, and we've now got our little triangular gift box. So this is the size of gift that you can put inside here. It's a nice small little one that's going to be a lovely decoration for somebody, but not breaking the budget to give a tiny little gift inside here. Now, for the top of this box, you are then supposed to take this triangle that we have cut the lid portion out of, and it actually has a score line along that long back edge that you can fold to make the kind of door opening of the actual heart box. And when you put this in here and stick it down, you will see that the glue tabs overlap that opening, and that is on purpose. I don't know if you can see it from that far away, but the glue tabs overlap that opening, and it's on purpose because it means when this lid closes, it stops it from pushing all the way through. But if we want to make this an open topped box with a nice pink rim around the edge, I don't think we want those glue tabs to be showing in this case, because we don't need them to stop the lid coming down, because we're going to cut the lid off. So I first of all want to take my scissors and trim this lid piece off. So I'm just going to fold it in backwards and trim along that score line to give me an aperture here. And then I want to extend this piece here. So this is actually left solid because of the latch mechanism that you would use to put on the box. This would actually go underneath, and then this piece would fold round on the top and sit there with the little hole piece. But because we want this to be an open topped box, I'm going to snip down and continue that triangular frame just like the other two corners are. And so we've got a lovely little frame like this. But now we still have those little tabs that are going to be showing on that inside edge, just a couple of millimetres hanging over, and again it is so that the lid will rest on those. We could leave it like that as a decorative element, but I think snipping those off, so I'm just going along and taking a couple of millimetres off the end of those, is going to give us a slightly larger opening, so we can have, you know, a slightly larger gift that's just going to poke out the top of this box. And we're still going to have that lovely neat frame going around the edge, which will just be pink. It won't have the red overlapping on the inside of it. We should only be able to see the pink. So if I hold that in position, you can see that is going to be the size of the little gift that you can put inside here. So all we need to do is stick that into position. You could also use a few little pegs just to make sure that's going to stay stuck whilst the glue dries. So now we've got our main little box ready, we can add the side pieces onto this. So right up against this top edge, we want to line up the score line of these pieces. So we want to stick them on with that bottom glue tab so that the score line is lining up perfectly with the top edge of our gift box. And we want to do that on all three sides. And then while all of that is drying, we can move on to our beautiful decorative hearts that are going to go around the sides of the box. So for these, I have brought in another patterned paper, and I'm actually doing the opposite version of the one that I've already made. So I cut the pattern papers the opposite way round last time, and we're just going to add those with a bit of 3D foam into the middle, plus our beautiful love sentiment right in the centre of that, also with a bit of 3D foam just to add a little bit of dimension. So now we've got those ready and the glue has dried on our actual little gift box, we can take those pegs out. And then we can begin adding our hearts onto the side of the box. Now when you're adhering these on, you can hold them into position first. I should put the glue down really. We'll hold them into position first, and what you're lining up is this score line here, where this score line sort of meets that angle of the heart, that is lining up with the bottom edge of your little gift box, and this is regardless of if you're making the 3-sided or the 5-sided one, but that's where you want it to line up with. So you want that to be straight across on both sides, lining up with that sort of junction there. And then if you look from the front, then you can see that this little heart piece pokes out, and there's about a triangle kind of portion poking out where the two lobes of the heart meet. So when you actually put your glue on this part of the box, you know that all of that is going to be covered apart from a little triangle up there. So that's how I've been judging where to put my glue on these. And then you can place this back on and use the glue just to manoeuvre it into the perfect position so that the score lines on the big heart are lining up with the corners of your box, and the little junction there is all meeting, as I was explaining before as well. So we've now got the first side of our box into position. Now the second side, we're doing exactly the same thing with our glue on this area, but we also want to put glue on this little glue tab here, because that's what's going to join our hearts together. Okay, so we can bring in our second heart. Now I'm actually going to aim for that tab first to line those up into position, and then we can worry about the position of the rest of the heart, but I want to get those two lined up nicely, like so, and then we can see where this part of the heart is now going to meet that bottom corner and bring that into position. And then for the final side, we're doing the same thing again, but we now have two tabs to stick our glue on the sides here. And then again, we're going for this first kind of lobe piece here, which I didn't actually score. I'd left one to fold with you, but they've just got scored lines at that point, and you just fold those nicely to get those little glue tab flaps on your hearts there. And we want to line the first side up with our glue tab that we've got glue on. And then we can bring this across. We're looking at that bottom corner to go to there, but we also want to line up the tab on the other side as well. And it should all just line up perfectly once you pull that heart round, and you can pinch these pieces together. If you're having trouble with them popping apart, you can also obviously use your best friend, a little peg or a couple of magnets or something to hold those pieces together whilst the glue is grabbing on those. So now the glue has dried. The only thing left to do is to add some kind of mechanism to hang our little heart basket. So I have just been using some of the baker's twine from Tonic, but you could use ribbon, you could use invisible thread or fishing line to make it more magical and them sort of hanging with the illusion that they're not hanging from anything. But for the two that I've already done, I decided to do a loop of twine going through the heart, so you haven't got an ugly knot tying onto the heart, and then the knot is right at the top where all of the strings meet. And because both of these hanging heart baskets have an odd number of sides, you do have to add a string from every heart, rather than, you know, just being able to do going from one side to the other like you normally can with like a hexagon or a square or something that's more balanced. You do want to have a string from every single side of your box. So we are going to need 3 for this one. And I was just taking a nice long length of twine and sort of folding it in half and guesstimating sort of the height that I might want it above here and leaving extra, because when you want to tie 6 strands together, which is what we'll end up with at the top, you're going to need more twine to be able to tie 6 strands into a knot than if you were just tying 1 strand into a knot. So be a little bit more generous with your twine when you're measuring it out. And so I've got one folded over piece here. Then I'm going to straighten that out, and I'm going to line this up again till I get to the end, and then turn that over and go backwards the other way, and then I'm going to have 3 pieces that are all the same length, and all we have to do at this end is just chop that loop that's there. So we've now got 3 lengths of twine. If you want to do yours exactly the same as mine, then this is 20 inches long. Each piece of twine is 20 inches long. And all we're going to do is stand our heart up, and you don't have to put a hanging mechanism on this either actually. You can just have it as something that stands as well, but we have these hearts here to make it easy to hang it. So all we're going to do is thread through one of the hearts, make it so the ends are even, and then just lay that down on our mat. And then we're going to do the same on the next side. So thread through, make it even, and then lay it down. And for the final string, thread through, make it even, and then, oops, and then lay it down. And then once we've got all of these lengths even, I was just holding them all together in a little bunch at the top. So bringing all of those up, making sure that hangs nicely, so just pulling it taut. You know, you want them all to be nice and even so it's hanging evenly. And then you just want to tie a nice big knot with all 6 of those strands on the top here, and you can adjust that to be as high or as low as you want, and then you can trim off the excess on there. So we've now got 2 variations. One has actually got a longer hanging thread than the other, but we've got 2 variations of using the different pattern papers in a different way, and also having an open part to put your gift in, or having the closed tab to put your gift in as well, which I did just tie with a little bit more of the twine. And if you do the 5-sided version, you're going to have 5 of your strings coming up from the top, and then you have a much bigger compartment for putting your gift inside. Remember, the compartment is still only this deep, but you've got a much bigger opening. So whatever size gift you've got, if it's a larger gift, you're going to want to go for the 5-sided basket. So I hope you've enjoyed this quick construction style video looking at the Have a Heart hanging basket and constructing the 3-sided one for you. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video. Bye!